Experience unmatched comfort with Heirloom, the mattress of choice for true luxury. During the VIP sale at Room to Room, enjoy an extra 10% off customer favorite Heirloom. Don't miss this exclusive opportunity at Room to Room Tupelo.
Being a parent, especially for the first time, with that comes a lot of self-doubt. As a dad, I just try to lead by example. When you're trying to be the best person that you can be, your kids see that and then they emulate that.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 10.
Good evening and welcome into Mississippi Live Weather at 10. You have made it. Not just Mississippi Live Weather at 10. You've made it to the end of the week, and that's the big highlight as we head overnight and into the start of our Friday. Just one more day in our work week and a beautiful day at that. That's one of the things that we're tracking, and our golden headline at the top of our Room to Room Weather Center is a fabulous Friday forecast. I'm sticking with the alliteration. We have another one later on that I'm excited to tell you. But yeah, a fabulous Friday forecast, meaning it's going to be clear, it's going to be calm, it's going to be cooler. For our fall fans out there, there's another one. Man, I'm on fire tonight. But the cool but calm forecast for football continues to stick around, so it is going to be noticeably cooler, and so we might need to have those long sleeves ready. We'll talk temperatures here in just a moment. And that weekend dry streak continues. That dry streak that we've been seeing all week long will persist into our Saturday and Sunday, but we'll be tracking all of that here in just a couple of moments live from the Room to Room Weather Center. The first 11 p.m., 69 degrees, cooling off into, I know it says low 60s there, but somewhere in that 6 to 7 a.m. time frame, we're talking about upper 50s for a lot of locations. So if you're like me and been waiting on that fall forecast, well, tomorrow will be just that little taste of it. 64 degrees at the Crossroads Museum right now in Corinth, and you're seeing what is a calm night across the Tennessee state line. A beautiful forecast once again. As we look a little bit higher up, you can see that starry night with those clear conditions across the region. 66 degrees there in Panola County, getting a look there in Batesville. And as we take it down south just a bit, we are going to be seeing those clear conditions persist in Rolling Fork. Slightly warmer. There's a little bit more moisture out there on the Mississippi River, but overall, we're calm, we're clear, even as far southwest as Rolling Fork. So no complaints here from North Mississippi. I don't want to hear them because this forecast is shaping up to be another good one. As you can see right here on our Mississippi Live Weather Radar, the clear conditions that are across North Mississippi, just expanding things out. You can kind of get a visual on this as we do have high pressure kind of dominating our forecast and this ridging pattern persisting once again into our Friday and into our weekend. So unless you're along those Gulf Coast regions or anywhere along the Canada country line, that's it. That's the extent of our rain chances, and we are a ways away from seeing anything meaningful moisture-wise move into our area, as you do notice with that weekend forecast staying on the drier side. So let's go ahead, bring it back in here to Mississippi, and I'm going to talk about the entire state because a large portion of the action is going to remain down there towards New Orleans and Baton Rouge. Some of that just wrapping around that system that's out here just off the Atlantic coast of Florida. That's going to be that 10% chance of development that we are watching. Not exactly for tropical development, but at least maybe producing a few bands that give us some meaningful moisture towards early next week. I mean, I wish we were New Orleans right now, just getting those drops of rainfall because we so desperately need it, but at least we're not getting rainfall on our Friday. Friday and Saturday, I want those days to be dry. I'm just heavily biased towards our football forecast, and luckily that looks like it's going to be the case. Those easterly winds going to keep things breezy, so as temperatures warm up into the afternoon, at least that easterly breeze is going to be cooling us off just a bit more. So early afternoon, staying dry, staying breezy, and it's just going to be, a perfect forecast, all things considered. The next 24, 6 a.m. starting again in the upper 50s, low 60s, but climbing as the day goes on. Noontime, only around 79 degrees. Haven't seen that in several days. So again, no complaints. Don't want to hear them. Mid 80s by the afternoon, filled with plenty of sunshine. You do see some few passing clouds. We'll take a look at where those are happening, but the fact we're tracking cloud cover and not rain chances, that should tell you just how good that day is going to be. So coming up in the next 60 seconds, we're going to be walking through that forecast in more detail, getting a few more live looks outside, and of course talking through that football forecast, your weekend forecast, and those little rain chances early next week. All of that coming up on Mississippi Live Weather at 10 in the next 60.
Harvey's Curbside to Go means you can experience quality anywhere. Call in and pick it up on your way home without leaving your car. No cooking, no cleaning, just dinner. Harvey's, a difference you can taste.
Get ready for a night of inspiration, laughter, and support. Join us on Saturday, October 4th at 6 p.m. at the Tupelo Cotton Mill, where outstanding men from our community will walk in her shoes. You'll hear powerful stories from survivors and caregivers, enjoy delicious food and drinks, and experience live entertainment in an evening filled with fellowship, fun, and hope. All proceeds go to support those bravely fighting cancer. This event is powered by Wear It Well.
You wonder how they're going to experience the real world in real safety, where all kids are welcome and everyone has a path forward to new skills, advancement, leadership, something they will carry with them the rest of their lives.
Right now, from the Mississippi Live Weather Center, here's meteorologist Gabe Maynard.
Well, I told you I had another alliteration coming, and it's coming with this Weather Watcher picture. Breezy in Boonville with beautiful blue skies. That's the best way to summarize what has taken place today, not just in Boonville. Boonville was just fitting with that B alliteration that we put together, but all across North Mississippi, we had this same exact forecast. Blue skies, beautiful sunshine, some of those breezier conditions blowing those flags in the distance. This a great shot in Boonville submitted there by Grady. Grady, I know you have a big game tomorrow night as you get the band going, so continue to do so. Fan of the week last week. I expect that same mentality this week, okay? Blue Springs, beautiful shot out there. Hey, adding to the B's, Blue Springs, 72 degrees, feels like 75, but that dew point only around 61 degrees, showing a bit more of that drier air that's in place, going to be cooling things off overnight, and a low 60s, not out of the realm of possibilities, but neither are the upper 50s, and we expect that to take place overnight. West Point, 72 degrees, feeling like 75, but that dew point, 60 degrees. So some areas even backed off more than others in regards to those dew points, and of course, dew point is how much we're allowed to cool down. If that dew point is set at 70 degrees, we can't go below 70 degrees. That dew point kind of setting that limit. So the fact that we're at 60, it's promising. So for that day planner, you can of course see that we are going to continue to cool things off. 68 degrees around midnight, mid 60s by 3, and 60 degrees for our morning commute. Noticeably cooler. Might need the long sleeves as we head out the door and get in those cars, but trust me, by the time it hits about 8 or 9 a.m., we should be good on the long sleeves, and don't need it beyond that point. As we take a look at our Futurecast Friday morning, again, those dry conditions and clear skies going to be a big highlight in that forecast. If you want to wake up early, you will be rewarded with a beautiful sunrise. It just might be a little bit cooler the earlier you head out. Taking a look at those low temperatures, you can see those greens showing up. Greens indicating more of those 50 degrees, yellows more of the 60 degrees, and basically I-55 splitting it in two halves. Low 60s west of I-55, upper 50s east of I-55. So it's going to be an amazing start nonetheless, no matter where you're at, considering we were in the mid to upper 60s this morning. So drop off a little bit cooler, but like I mentioned, temperatures warming up as the day goes on. Lunchtime, 76 degrees, and that final bell, 83 degrees. So even our high temperatures taking a step back, still above average, don't get me wrong, but at least we're trending in the right direction. Sunshine being seen all day long, maybe a few passing clouds, but that's the most we're going to see action-wise in the sky. See that right here on our Friday morning, that cloud cover trying to move in along the Alabama state line. Just going to be some thin clouds that start to develop, maybe a few more puffy white cotton ball-like clouds out there towards Pickens and Lamar County, but that trying to extend a little bit more north, and we'll see that even towards Noxubee County by about 10:30. I mean, if you haven't noticed, we're tracking clouds. We're not tracking showers. So again, a good forecast is an understatement on what we'll see for our Friday. Friday afternoon, those clouds still trying to linger in that same general area. This just a pocket of moisture that's trying to move in there towards Birmingham, Alabama. Here in North Mississippi, we're just on the outskirts of it and not going to be getting too many impacts from it. Definitely no showers. At most, it's just a few partly cloudy skies. But yeah, it's a good forecast. To summarize it, I'm going to say it over and over again. Friday evening, as you can see, heading into our Friday night football forecast, temperature-wise, going to be slightly warm. It's still below what we've been seeing. 84 Bruce, 84 Houston, 84 around Tupelo, and 81 towards Iuka. Pontotoc, 84 degrees as well. That's where we'll be tomorrow evening at our Mississippi Live Weather Game of the Week. So excited to join you guys out there, and we hope that you guys come to the game or at least support your local teams. That's all we ask. Because tomorrow's forecast, not going to be too hot, not going to be raining, so no excuses. Right. So let's look at that Friday night football forecast. Our high school game of the week presented by Casey Lott, 80 degrees pregame, 71 halftime, and 66 by that final snap. Let me circle that 66 for you because that's what you need to know for our forecast tomorrow. Going to be slightly cool heading out of those gates and back home. So make sure to have a long sleeve handy just in case, but more than likely, I think we'll be okay. 66 degrees is bearable. It's just whenever everyone leaves the stadium, things really cool off. And a certain meteorologist likes to be out there late at night freezing. And so that was me last week. Going to have long sleeves this week. Yes, don't judge me if I'm wearing a sweatshirt. I'm preparing. Friday evening continues with those dry conditions and clear skies into our Saturday morning as well. So heading out to any of our college football games. Unfortunately, I believe we only have one home game this weekend, and it's over there in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. So technically not even in our viewing area, but close enough. We'll take them as a local team. So Saturday morning, of course, starting out on the drier side. If you're heading out there to Bryant-Denny to tailgate a little bit, well, still going to be a dry forecast. Maybe a few passing clouds up there in the sky, but that's the most action you'll see. 9 a.m. continuing with those dry conditions. And as we track out those first games starting at about 11 a.m. on our Saturday, still with those dry conditions. So any tailgates taking place in Oxford to just cheer. Actually, what am I saying? Rebels are off this week. Starkville to cheer on the Bulldogs as they are heading over to Texas A&M. I mean, it's going to be a good forecast for you as well. And as we carry that over to that 3 o'clock hour, of course, those dry conditions persisting. I do see a few greens trying to pop up over there towards Tuscaloosa. Unfortunate timing as kickoff is around that 2 to 3 o'clock time frame. But if you are heading to the game, these are very light, non-impactful. And if we do get anything, it's just going to be a few sprinkles as those head out and about, away from Bryant-Denny. So minimal chances, but we do forecast a mostly dry forecast for our Alabama football game. High temperatures on your Saturday, 85 Bruce, 85 Water Valley, 86 Grenada, and 86 over there towards Cleveland, 87 Clarksdale and Tunica. So temperatures pretty consistent beyond that Friday forecast. We're going to be right around that same margin every single day. Going to swing back over here and track that forecast. I would argue that we could put about a 10% chance there around that first play. 85 degrees though, 86 halftime and 81 by that final snap. Those partly cloudy conditions indicative of at least a little bit of moisture in the air, but again, not really going to be significant rainfall. We're going to be okay on that realm. Saturday, 2:30, that's your kickoff time. So luckily, temperature's not too bad for a mid-afternoon kickoff. Same thing for Mississippi State versus Texas A&M. Going to be toastier towards the mid-afternoon time frame for those tailgates. But as we get into those evening conditions, of course, kickoff at 6:30, we're talking 87 degrees first play, 83 by halftime, and 77 by that final snap. More of that dry area in place, so not much in the form of cloud cover. Not expecting any rainfall, so it's going to be a good forecast out there. Cheering on the Bulldogs to hopefully take down the Aggies and show them the true maroon and white. Bring those Cowboys with pride. Looking at that weekend forecast, 85 degrees Saturday, 86 Sunday, mostly sunny skies both days. Cooler temperatures, though, they do stick around. And I put cooler temps hesitantly because Saturday morning is the primary day that we will see those cooler temperatures. Sunday, of course, going to be starting in the mid-60s. Comparatively speaking, Saturday will be in the upper 50s. So there's your little bit of change that takes place, but those dry conditions persisting both days before those isolated showers move in early next week. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 20% chances. So even the little bit of moisture we do have, we're not expecting anything too high or too impactful, should I say. But again, we're watching that tropical system to see if any of those bands start to develop a little bit more west, and that could change our rain percentage or percentage chance there for early next week. So fingers crossed, because we do need that rainfall. And I would argue Monday through Wednesday, the best time for it to take place. Temperature-wise, continue to remain on that pretty consistent side, mid-80s all through early next week. And then, of course, low temperatures warming back up with that potential for moisture in the forecast. So, Matt, I know you want rainfall. You've been saying it, I think, the most out of anybody. But yeah, 20% not exactly going to be a drought buster.
No, not at all. I mean, that's just, I mean, it's almost like the desert, you know, the raindrops hitting the ground, they immediately kind of go away. I'm not quite that exaggerated. The one thing I wanted to ask about, we didn't even talk about it later. I see 80 for next Thursday. Could you have made legitimate 70s arguments for highs?
Well, if I had a Friday, right beyond that, I had an 8-day forecast, I would have 70 and I would have lows well into the mid to upper 50s. So we are going to be experiencing, I would say, our fall season late next week, starting to push in with a little bit more aggression, and then we'll be able to enjoy some more of those cooler temperatures. So, you know, we're in October, we're trying to get those pumpkin patch pictures, but we don't want to be dripping in sweat. So this weekend, probably not ideal for that. Next weekend, though, you can wear those fall sweaters, whatever you want to wear to the pumpkin patch and get those pictures. I think it's shaping up to be a good one.
I'm looking forward to a little bit of that. We just, something to transition just a little bit. Someone was mentioning, don't send the complaints to Gabe, send them to Matt. Gabe doesn't want to hear about it. So I get that there. So I got to plug our Friday Night Football stuff. And while I'm on that, showing those, how the voting's going on that, go ahead and pull back up the Friday football forecast here in just a second. So we'll look at that here in just a moment. But again, our Langston Lott game of the week, of course, is their New Albany versus the folks over there in Ecru at North Pontotoc. It is going to be obviously a big game, a huge mashup. The ranked team is the one with one loss. So that tells you it's a good one there. Right now, we're looking at about 973 votes there for the New Albany Spirit Squad. 947 for North Pontotoc. So it has stayed just neck and neck there. I'll check the Insta. Well, actually, you want to check the Instagram, and I'll go on to the next one, or what's easiest? You do that? Okay.
I need about 10 seconds to do it.
Okay. Well, while you're doing that, I will go over to and we'll check on the band of the week there while we're at it. Again, refreshing that 926 for the New Albany band. And we're looking at about 762 for North Pontotoc. So that's not quite as close, but still, both those numbers have gone up to the point where that 762 that, North Pontotoc is sitting at, that's just about where New Albany was at 6 o'clock tonight. So again, not quite 24 hours. At the end of our 6 o'clock broadcast, that's when those goes final. And we'll get that video, of course, your band and Spirit Squad of the week, basically 24 hours from now on Mississippi Live Weather at 10 o'clock tomorrow night. And just, again, very thankful to folks there at Langston Lott for pairing up with us on this, what has been kind of fun ride so far this season. Bringing Gabe back in here again. I'm assuming that we're still mirroring that on Instagram on both those cases.
So latest numbers is, I'm going to start with band, 246 for New Albany and 145 for North Pontotoc. So I think New Albany's kind of pulling away. Again, it's still early, so there's still potential to come back. And we've seen a lot of things here at Mississippi Live Weather. Anything is possible. Cheer, I would love to have a calculator handy. I need Caleb over there so I can tell him numbers. But
okay, so give me your numbers.
Okay,
hold
so
on.
I think
while
North
you're looking
Pontotoc
at that, I'll actually pull up the calculator. Okay.
Okay, North Pontotoc was up on Facebook, right?
No, New Albany was just barely. Hold on. I'll pull those back up. And we'll just add them up live here for a second. Okay. So go ahead. Oops. I think I'm on the wrong computer. So let's do that. Yeah, I'm not happy. Hold on. I'm just going to hit that. We'll merge that back over there. Okay. So go ahead and give me the numbers real quick.
Okay. So for North Pontotoc, it's 947 on Facebook and 184 on Instagram.
Okay. So that's 1131. And for folks there in New Albany, oops, hold on, let's go back to it.
It is 973 Facebook and 251 on Instagram. So I would say about 100, if my mental math is correct.
Yeah, I would say a little less than, yeah. So that's close. It's really close on Spirit Squad. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, it's fun to kind of go through this and let the community pride show for sure.
It's exciting. It's just like makes the rivalry, even if it's not a rivalry, it becomes a rivalry because you're competing against each other for so many different things. The game, Spirit Squad, and band. And you want to prevail on all three. So
absolutely. We'll see.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You look like you
I was just going to say, and it's a division game. And so this is even bigger because it comes with those playoff seedings that come here within a month. I think playoffs start.
That's the thing. Everything resets when you get the division. You can win nothing all year long, get the division, boom, boom, boom. There you go. Yep. So the season resets. Everything is just kind of the preseason almost.
It's exciting. I'm so excited for tomorrow night. I think it's going to be a high-powered offense. Cole Myers Corner going to have the latest on what to expect with the matchup, and so excited to see what he has to say, our expert in the sports world. And so who he has winning, I trust him, and I'm going to rally behind that because I trust his word.
Absolutely, I do as well. So very excited. Okay, I'll let you wrap things up here.
All right, well, basically wrapping it up, we'll end it on our high school game of the week forecast. And as you can see, 80 degrees pregame, 71 by halftime. And again, a cool commute home because temperatures dropping into the mid 60s. Have a long sleeve handy just in case. If you don't need it, cool. But if you do, at least you have it. And that's the best way to stay prepared. We want you guys to be over prepared rather than under. And again, you won't be alone. I will have my long sleeves too at 10 o'clock tomorrow night. So the best way to tune in is having that Mississippi Live Weather app handy, both iOS and Android right here. Scan the QR code and you'll be able to access everything that we have, all things weather. You can submit your Weather Watcher pictures. And I know we have other football games going on tomorrow night. Caleb loves looking at all the sights and sounds across North Mississippi. So give us a few of those pictures. That scared me to death. Give us a few, oh my word, give us a few of those pictures and we will love to showcase them as we head into Mississippi Live Weather at 10 tomorrow. Caleb will have all the latest details as we head into that forecast. And did that frighten you too?
I was going to say,
yeah, that was the same thing. I just felt the green wave peaking.
I can't, but the way it's all set up here, I can't quite get close enough to do that. But anyway.
One day you'll figure out how to do it over my shoulder, and then that'll be like the Halloween broadcast, and you'll just scare me out of my socks. So stay tuned. Halloween is 29 days away, so anything's possible. All right, well, I think we have kept you guys late enough. It's heading into our Friday, so enjoy the end of the week. God has given us quite a blessing with how good that forecast is looking for our Friday, so enjoy it. Get outside, go support your local teams, and we will see you back here coming up on Mississippi Live Weather at 6:30, 7, and 7:30. Let you know what to expect for your Friday, and trust me, it's a lot of good news. And then 5, 6, and 10 on your Friday evening, live from our Mississippi Live Weather Game of the Week. A big thank you to Langston a lot for just being our partners with this and helping provide that forecast and keep you guys informed and entertained on what should be a fantastic night of football. We'll see you back here bright and early tomorrow morning, but until then, have a great night and stay warm.
At First Choice Bank, we know you can't always make it before the bank closes. With our integrated teller, you can talk to a live person as late as 7 p.m. on weekdays and noon on Saturdays. It's not just an ATM, it's an ITM. First Choice Bank, your choice for banking.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. But only you can prevent wildfires.